Christchurch authorities have just signed off on funding towards a multicultural hub following the mosque attacks. The Christchurch Mayor wanted to earmark $3 million for a hub as part of the City Council's annual plan, which aims to address the lack of space set aside for immigrant communities. But those backing the idea have been proposing it for years. So why has the council only agreed to fund it now? Logan Church reports.
We're sitting in the principal's office at Hagley Community College. On the table in front of us are plans for a multicultural hub on the Hagley College site, something Ahmed Tani of the Canterbury Refugee Council says the city desperately needs.
I want to learn how you cook a cup of tea and how I cook a cup of tea, and let us exchange together and take out the barrier between us. This hub will take a role to come together to the people and to know everyone's culture.
Today, the Christchurch City Council approved $3 million in funding for a multicultural hub in the city. Whilst there isn't much more information than that, or who will actually build it, it's a decision Ahmed welcomes, especially following the attacks on immigrants on March 15 this year.
We have seen what happened on 15 March. Every one of us cry, and every one of us feel pain. And every one of us try to know each other. And there's no platform to come together and talk together.
Whilst there are services for refugees and migrants in the city, getting your heads around them can be tricky. Dr Surinder Tandon of the Christchurch Multicultural Council says there used to be a service centre to help with this, but that shut down years ago and nothing has replaced it.
There has been a serious impact of the closure of the migrant centre as the various agencies working with ethnic sector lost contact with the people who needed help.
The idea of a multicultural hub was originally proposed in 2016. Hagley College principal Mike Fowler was leading the charge. He described to me what he would like it to look like.
Meeting spaces, large and small spaces for agency use, the central role of food that food has in celebrations and coming together, and also a main street, which is a lovely metaphor as well for cultural displays, really for people to get together on a range of informal levels as well from the community. A large space to welcome people in.
Mike Fowler thinks this can be built for $3.5 million if built on the college's grounds. But every year so far, these three gentlemen would go to council, and while the concept was always warmly received and even investigated further, funding like this has never been forthcoming. Until now.
It's perhaps a question of priorities. We've always seen this as being critically important, and we for many years have been working with ways that we could make this happen.
At the council meeting today, the $3 million in total over the next couple of years was approved as part of the council's annual plan. Mayor Leanne Dalzell told Checkpoint she thinks the need for a hub was made clear following the March 15 attacks.
The need for an environment that belonged to those communities that were affected really was highlighted in the aftermath.
I asked the Mayor if she thinks the funding should have come earlier.
I don't think that people had advanced their plans as much as they have now. And as I say, there's more than one option. So this wasn't a decision to fund the proposal that has come from Hagley Community College. It is a decision to put money on budget so that we can work up what all of the options are and then work with a range of multicultural communities about what the best option would be for Christchurch.
Something these communities say is desperately needed as soon as possible. In Christchurch for Checkpoint, Logan Church.